Asia Regional Lead, Urban Biodiversity Hub, Mr. Imran from Bangladesh Forest Department, Mr. Rangush Sangma, Joint Secretary, Chief Forest Officer, Garo Hill Autonomous Division, Council, India. Imran Bhai, are you here? Yeah. Mr. Mokbul, Dr. Mokbul Murshid Ahmed. Can you take your seat anywhere you like. Nadine Atinen, Department of Regional Program Officer, Swiss Humanitarian Aid Unit, SDC Thailand. Are you there? Okay. Hi. And Dr. Anil Gupta, Head of Climate Center for DRR, IIT, Roorkee, India. I know it's been 3 very engaging days. I mean, at least I need 2 more cups of coffee to wake me up, and it's very engaging. It's not easy. I know the brain's a little tired. To wake you up, can I ask Purnima to come? I'm calling the Hargila army on the stage to wake us up a little bit. Purnima, please, on the stage. Or you can do it from here, there as well. Yeah. Why don't you do it from
right? Okay, maybe you can.
Take the mic, yeah.
Maybe you can.
Yes. Wake everyone up.
Shall I bring the Hargila?
Our live stream is not working, Vishwa.
Live stream is work. Is the live stream on? Yes. Okay. So it was on in between also. Nobody stopped it. It's okay.
Quick.
Thank you, sir. And hello, everybody, once again. And yes, welcome to the world of tak, 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 the Hargila bird. So yeah, again, just imagine you are in our village and on the top of the tree. And now use your hands like this. Just imagine that it is the beak of the Hargila bird. And now please say with me, tak, 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 tak. Once more, tak, 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 tak. Now please say fast with me. Tak, 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 tak. Tak 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 tak. Please say fast with me. Tak 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 tak. Thank you so much, everyone. Did you feel the optimism and connect with the Hargila birds? Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And this is you might be wondering what is this bizarre sound, and this is called bill clattering of the Hargila bird. And I also want to, I want to add this. So because many people are from Bangladesh and they understand Assamese, I'll say another hymn which our women, we all the time give when we have village to village education program, and we are very infectious all the time. We don't miss any opportunity to create awareness. And so I'll tell 2 words and you will join me. So Hargilar Joye, joy means like if I say J-O-I, joy, Hargilar Joye, I'll say Hargilar Joye and you will say with me Amar Joy, like this. Amar Joy means our victory. Victory of Hargila means our victory. So I'll say Hargilar Joye and you will say Amar Joy. So let's tell Hargilar Joye, Hargilar Joye, Hargilar Joye, Hargilar Joye. So it's like victory of Hargila, so victory of nature, victory of environment, victory of all the planet. Thank you so much, everyone.
You can't do that. You need to do tak, tak, tak. You know. Again. Great. So I think that's a good wake up. We are already quite late. So we'll try to finish the whole session within, say, 5 o'clock or before. Or I know half of your heart is half the way to Bangkok. And but I mean, so all the panelists here, so you have a tough job because you're in a kind of a make it or break it position. You make it, so you make it in a very succinct interventions of 3 minutes, or break it, then people will not, not be very patient. So you have heard all the proceedings, the sessions, exciting engagement with the youth, and the deliberation. What we want here today is to crystallize your own take from all the sessions of last three days, and you as an individual and also representing your institution, what you can do. So 3 questions to everybody. What is the emerging priorities? What you have heard? And how can we communicate better? And more importantly, what is the sustainability of your comment on your sustainability of the Meghna Knowledge Forum? And how can you contribute, as I mentioned earlier? And listening to you, and finally, Mr. Dorji, our chair for this session, he will summarize and he will give his remarks on behalf of every one of us, and also touching upon his institution, BIMSTEC, which is an overarching intergovernmental panel organization in this area. Unfortunately, Ms. Nazma Begum, NDC Joint Secretary from Ministry of Water Resources of Bangladesh, she couldn't join. She fell asleep, sick yesterday, so she apologized, sent her kind apology. So may I start with Dr. Anil Gupta? I know, Anil, you have a flight to catch. So 3 minutes, 3 interventions, please. Yeah, I mean, there's a mic. Yeah.
Thank you. So thank you for giving me the chance out of turn. So very quick points that the one very strong notion, the issue that emerged on the final day, that we have to be very clear that whatever NBS we are talking about, or whatever we are talking in NBS, is really eco-friendly. So that's very important thing, so that it should not have a long-term wrong repercussions. Second thing, which I noticed, and we discussed on the sidelines also, that a large number of success stories have been discussed. But unless we start having courage to sharing and discussing the failure stories, if all are the success stories, then why the problem lies? I think this is the biggest question we should ask to ourselves. It means there are failure stories, those need to be documented, and in fact those will be even bigger lessons than the success stories. This is second point. And third point, that when we talk about, since the topic was related with community resilience as well as ecosystem resilience, so there is some level of trade-off between the two. Sometimes the community resilience may be at the cost of ecosystem damage, or sometimes the ecosystem resilience may be at the cost of community losses. How do we develop a trade-off between the two? That's very important. So what is the common area of operation where there is a win-win situation? And there are imperatives to be ready to accept the losses on both the terms on a sustainable goal basis. And the fourth point, very quickly, there are a lot of diversity in this forum itself. And therefore, there must be an inevitable level of a discipline bias. Engineering, ecologists, economists, many people. How do we really address these kind of a discipline bias within the Meghna Knowledge Forum, and particularly the research platform that we are talking about? I think that would be a very serious issue to ponder upon. Another point is basically that how do we look at the capacity building to make it smart? And I would say that smart to specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So there is no kind of we have to be very clear about the time, what time we really want to achieve something. And the last point, that there are several other activities which have the funding support also ongoing in the region, maybe on the other sectors, other domains, how we do look at the programs and schemes of other sectors and mainstream nature-based solutions into that. These are the few points I wanted to add. Thank you.
Just one more last question, Dr. Gupta. You as Dr. Gupta and also as a representative of the IIT, where will you contribute for the sustainability of the Meghna Knowledge Forum?
Thank you for this.
Yeah, right.
Thank you for this. I am looking after a new center that is called ICARS, Integrated Center for Adaptation, Disaster Risk Resilience and Sustainability. And this is a very unique center that works upon the integration of the three disciplines, climate resilience, DRR and sustainability. That is very important. And the center also works on bridging the gaps between policy and research. And it is also the India focal point for the Hindu Kush Himalaya DRR Knowledge Hub, as well as the anchoring institute for National Adaptation Plan in India with reference to disaster risk reduction. So there are a lot of opportunity to support the research network that we are talking about, and in general the entire Meghna Knowledge purpose, basically the Meghna Knowledge Forum purpose, and I'll certainly be looking forward that how we can contribute to this. Thank you.
Excellent point. Thank you very much, Dr. Gupta. May I request you to stay as long as you can before you have to leave, because there may be some comments, or maybe we open the floor just for you because you have to leave. Any question or comments from the floor for Dr. Gupta? And he made excellent interventions, very solid, smart, commitment to take the Meghna Knowledge Forum forward. Any comment, or is crystal clear? I guess it's crystal clear. Good. So next, I would say volunteer. I look for volunteer. Any volunteer to go next? It looks like Mokbul Bhai is. Yep.
Thank you, Rakib Bhai. Thank you, Chair. I am Mokbul Ahmed. I am a faculty member here in AIT. Thank you very much for inviting me. I'll be brief as we have the time limitation. I will start with a personal note, because just yesterday, since I am also in AIT, we had a big delegation coming from the Water Institute from China. What was the main issue of discussion, including our president and also the deans, all the senior people are there, was the further collaboration between that institute and the partner institutes in the region. The main focus was the Mekong, Lakang River. So just to update you, I'm just trying to start the discussion with to locate the Meghna Forum with the other rivers, other basins, including the Mekong case. You can see, in case of Mekong, two conspicuous structures are already there. One is the Mekong River Commission. You can just, I think some of you know about that. Another is the Mekong Institute itself, which is in Thailand. Both of them are our partners. So I just wanted to start with that note, that what exactly are the future, I say, possibilities for us with focus on Meghna. I just like to start with that. Secondly, Chair, I would like to briefly highlight some of the challenges. Start with my very much own profession, the issue of data sharing. I think it's a very big issue came in the discussion. To me, it's very important, let alone my own profession. And second is the issue of the challenge of the over-tourism, which has come quite often in the discussion. And I think it's particularly irresponsible tourism, to me, is really a big issue. I think it has to be addressed. And I think another challenge is the challenge of finance. I think it's very important for us. And also, the next one is the issue of the engagement. Mostly, two engagement I would like to highlight. One is the engagement with the private sector, which I think we could work more on that. And also the community engagement, which I think has to be strengthened and work more on that. And of course, the other issues, I would like to skip that because of time. I think time has come to have a quick look, or a deeper look, what we have done, what could be done in the coming years, I would say, or decades. Thank you very much.
Again, what you as a Dr. Mokbul and representing of also AIT, your institution AIT, how can you contribute to take forward all the lessons you have learned for the last 3 days and contribute to the Meghna Knowledge Forum?
I will repeat what I have said, maybe two quick points here.
Sure.
First is, of course, I think it is very important that we have a very better database system and work with the communities, relevant organizations, including government and non-profit organizations, in terms of getting data and also updating them, helping them. To me, I think AIT could be the right place. I think it's very close to Professor Anil has mentioned. Secondly, I think it's very important to understand the coordination. I think because we are regional by nature, I think we are the right place to work with the partner organizations, also other, entities like non-profit organizations. I think we could be a hub for that, and I'm sure both of us benefit from that.
Excellent, excellent, Mogul Bhai. Thank you very much. So we had a regional perspective. Let's come back to balance it. We heard from Dr. Anil Gupta, India. We come to Thailand at a regional scale. Let's go back to Bangladesh. Mr. Imran, your take.
Thank you very much. Actually, Meghna Knowledge Forum is really a very nice platform to share knowledges as well as to work together. In these 3 days, I felt there's no boundaries between these, from Assam to Bangladesh to India and all of us. I felt that we are all together and we have a lot of things to do together. We must forget about all these boundaries and borders. Rather, we should act our best to work together. And also, I found the thing that inspired me most, the engagement of the youth, because they are the future and they will act to conserve this Meghna Basin for our future generation. So we have a lot of things to do. I will urge to our youth forum, our youth to work sincerely, as well as I saw you are working sincerely, but still there should be also a humanity in addition to all these works, because when I was coming here, from that day I could not sleep for for more than an hour because of that tragic accident happened in Bangladesh on the little kids. They were dying in the plane crash in the school. And when I saw that there are people who were very busy with recording videos to upload rather than rescuing them. So, the humanity due to this, the improvement of all these technology, humanity is it is going away. So we need to do this because, and wherever we work, maybe I may be an engineer or a forester or whoever am I, but my children cannot live without oxygen. So we need to think about that, and we need to conserve, we need to work together to conserve this flow. And also, I will mention another thing about the plastic pollution, which is increasing a lot. And if many sediments, rocks, and other water coming from the watershed to the lower part, it doesn't matter, this is natural. But if the pollutants come, if the plastic comes, that is a very, very, very important thing for our next generation. So we should be aware and we should act to conserve this forest, this wetland, this watershed all together. So I'm really very happy, and I urge everybody. And also another thing that we can work, we can make this forum a little stronger, make this network stronger by forming. There are many, we have already created WhatsApp groups and maybe email groups and all, so that we can share all our, knowledges. Whenever I go any Ramsar meeting or any wetland meeting or any other things, I get the things that I get, the knowledge that I gather, I can share. So all of us can share. I am very much like Mr. Madhukar was sharing me with some great work water retreatments of water, I mean polluted water. So that is a very impressive. So that's all, I think. As an individual, you know, I am a forester, and you said that really for us, like when we work, we go to work to conserve forest in a country where more than, I mean, you know, 1,600 people live in per square kilometer. So all this population pressure to conserve this forest is a very, very challenging work. Like when I work in the field, I feel like only alone and all other in the other side. So everyone wants the you know, this development, the roads, the buildings. So, you know, I mean, conserving the nature is very much challenging in nowadays. So, as I mean, personally, I will try to conserve this MKF. I mean, this Meghna Knowledge Forum. I mean, this Meghna Basin. Right now, I am working in the Sundarban, although it is not in the Meghna Basin, but still, I am very eager to work in it. And I was talking to him that maybe I may dig a canal so that I can make a channel to the Meghna Basin with the Sundarbans. But still, it's part of that because all the water goes down, and so you know, so it is my my utmost. I mean, you know, work. I mean, now after joining this, I have very much. I am feeling responsibility to work with this.
Right. I mean, I know one of our grantee of our one of the project IHTCP, Integrated Tiger Habitat Conservation Project. Both sides of the Sundarban in West Bengal, in Bangladesh, we have youth networks. And I know Forest Department works with them very closely. Something like maybe an offshoot of MKF that you can continue to
Yeah,
support.
and also I want to mention that Forest Department has a good reputation in making the co-management committee or with the community. They started working with the community people in the Sundarbans, and the community also looks after the forest. They also work with us. They also, patrol with us. So this is a very good development of the government organization working with the community. So it may be followed in this Meghna Basin area.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Imran. Since we are talking about community, I think, thank you, Dr. Ronil. Thank you very much. Yeah. And since we're talking about the community, maybe it's a time to ask Mr. Rangu Sangma, Joint Secretary and Chief Forest Officer, Garo Hill Autonomous District Council in India. And when I was talking with him during the tea break and during even during the session, fascinating the way they are managing their forest areas, autonomous region. They have their customary right within the traditional, de facto or legal provisions, and bringing that community perspective and indigenous community perspective, what we call IPLC, and your take from the last 3 days. What you're taking back and how you're going to contribute in future.
First of all, I want to take this opportunity to thank Meghna Knowledge Forum. I think it is indeed a knowledge forum, and we've got so much information in the last 3 days. I take back a lot. We discussed about policies, outdated policies. I think that is very important, and this is what will be my first thing I do, is to process for the relook of policies which will make it more inclusive. Most of the policies have been very old, and it was made by the government. And none of the communities who are impacted by these policies were consulted, and I think it's time to change that. When we make policies, it's important to understand the perspective of people who will be affected by these policies. So yeah, this is one thing I take back with me. And like I said, this is indeed a knowledge forum. Whole lot new ideas on how to manage the difficulties faced by so many people. I think Meghna Knowledge Forum would do well to have the frontline members of these communities who are being affected, who are actually facing these new challenges, these difficulties. So I think that's it.
And if we can, emphasize the same point again, as we have been asking to everybody, like you as an individual and also representative of your organization, how you can contribute for taking the Meghna Knowledge Forum's spirit ahead.
The Forest Department has been making a lot of effort to bring in new alternative possibilities, livelihoods. We have explored a number of things. We are in the process of exploring. From my end, it's very difficult, actually. Conservation and livelihood are very closely connected. And we come from a community which has been practicing shifting agriculture, which is no longer very feasible. So now we need to move away. But without new alternatives, it's difficult to immediately start moving away from our age-old practices. So we have explored, we are exploring new ways to wean away communities from the old methods. We have been trying to develop a Red Plus project in my region, which is on the way. We are in the last few steps. Once it is completed, then perhaps we can show some results. But people are always so eager to, have new avenues, new alternatives. We are also working with many other different organizations, like the Earth Tree. So they are also making an effort. But I think this is the perfect forum for me to request IUCN for a more closer collaboration with the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council in terms of nature-based solutions.
Thank you very much. May I now ask Ms. Anushree Tiwari, South Asia Regional Lead, Urban Biodiversity Hub. And I think, Anushree, you know the questions already.
Yeah, thank you for the questions, and thank you everyone else and Meghna Knowledge Forum for this opportunity. I'm not going to repeat anything that was said earlier, but one thing that I really understood in all the 3 days conversations, which I kind of cruxed and understood, was that we are dealing with a dynamic landscape which is marked with impermanence. Things are changing, climate change is happening, we have floods, we have flash droughts, and all of those factors which are there, it's already happening. But there is one thing which made us, or which is kind of staying, or we can continue to anchor, is this Meghna Knowledge Forum, where all of us and many more can come in and join hands and work together. Like we tried to illustrate in the river games, is that it just takes a table for us to come and sit down and have some conversations. I think that's what some of the conversations in these 3 days allowed for us to sit together, discuss few things, but it's just a start. It's like one step towards a journey ahead. More importantly, also representing the Y4M here, apart from Urban Biodiversity Hub, I would like to emphasize that as a group, Y4M, we felt appreciated in terms of the efforts or whatever we could in our capacity, in our own expertise, knowledge, and time and effort that we could put in. We felt that whatever we could do, we did, but it was very heartening to see that you all could understand and relate to our work and also appreciate it in some sense. So I think it gives us a lot of encouragement to move ahead, moving forward, and also bring more youth from the basin to be part of this. And we understand that we have to work with the communities, and that's the biggest, like somebody had gathered in one of the previous session, the field is our classroom. But I think youth can be the best students out there, and they can be the ones who can bring on the eyes on the ground concept, which none of the other stakeholders, I'm sorry to say, I mean, you can contradict me otherwise, but we have the energy, we have the enthusiasm, and we also have that time and the bandwidth to go and be on the ground. So yeah, that's it. In terms of the individual contributions, so as part of Urban Biodiversity Hub, for the Meghna Research Network, we have already reached out to the people who are, or the institutions who are organizing it, that we can bring in our expertise around urban nature, and ready to collaborate in terms of looking at city planning and the nexus of nature coming together. More importantly, as part of Y4M, we pledge, or I pledge, that I continue to move forward with our group and aspire to bring more. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. I like the part that I pledge. That means you are taking it very seriously, and the network that you have developed through this MKF, not only you would be investing, but you will also be sustaining through your own hub, Urban Biodiversity Hub. And this is one of the areas I think we need to put more emphasis in the whole Meghna Basin, because I remember when the first presentation, one of the first sessions showing that landscape changes or land use changes in the Meghna Basin. In Bangladesh part is all kind of yellow and red, but in Indian side as well, even Sodamani is also presenting that the fast changing forest landscape, which have an impact on the rivers Simsang and from Simsang to other river tributaries, are ultimately even an impact on Bangladesh and the downstream. And urban is definitely one of the areas, and how we can bring that urban nature into the planning process. Excellent, Anusri. Thank you very much. And Nadine, from your perspective, from the SDC.
Yes, first of all, I would say thank you for having us here, or me. Coming a bit as an outsider, owner, having like global water cooperation programs, I came here today without knowing so much about Meghna Basin, and it was truly inspiring the whole day, starting with the input about the Hargill, conservation of the Hargill, going over the water governance session, and then also I had very inspiring exchange with the Meghna for Youth in their exhibition. Really impressive work. So yeah, first of all, thank you. It was inspiring. Before I reflect on what stood out the most during the day, I also like to very briefly introduce like Switzerland's approach to water cooperation and why this topic is also so important for us. I think Switzerland is often referred as the water tower of Europe due to the crucial role in the middle of Europe in feeding some of the continent's rivers. So this unique geographical position has also shaped a long history and experience with transboundary water cooperation. Although we are upstream, the rivers originating in Switzerland flow into many neighboring countries. So that makes cooperation not just a strategic choice, but also a necessity and essential to ensure stability and sustainable development in the whole region. So over time, I would say this has led to a strong evolving agreements that promote cooperation and mutual benefits. But beyond Europe as well, Switzerland sees water cooperation as a global driver of trust, peace and prosperity. Promoting dialogue and preventing conflict are central pillars to our foreign policy, which are reflected in initiatives like the Blue Peace and also the support for this bridge initiative where the Meghna Basin is part of. So now coming back to what struck me the most from the forum's key messages, or what I saw from today, because I could only join today, was really the strong commitment and inclusive approach behind the cooperation. It stood really out the effort building common ground that is rooted in the civil society, especially through the active involvement of youth and local communities and grassroots organizations. So I believe this deserves to be strongly emphasized. In particular, the focus on women and youth, not only makes this approach very equitable, but also gives real potential to become a powerful enabler for transboundary partnerships. And now maybe it's more our contribution. I mean, I think from a personal perspective, coming more from the academic sector, I think what we try also with the hub here in Bangkok is enhance knowledge sharing and data sharing for better collaboration. And I think this is very important. And then, yeah, from a Swiss perspective, I think we try to bring financial solutions as well and experience for exchange on these topics. Yeah, like I explained, Switzerland has a bit of experience.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Nadine. So we have finished one round of panel. We will have another round of question, but before I go to the chair, maybe one round of tuk-tuk? Where is Purnima? Purnima is left? Okay, it's okay. So let me go back to the flow, because people I know have been listening, and it's not easy to listen, just listen. I mean, as if like we are just talking one way. Let's make it two-way. So who has been, has participated in the Meghna Knowledge Forum 1? Can I see the hand? Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a lot. So one of you, volunteer, can you just tell us, like, what is the difference you see from 1 to 2, and is there anything new? And while you reflect on that, your suggestion on what should be in the 3. You can take one mic from here. Any volunteer?
Many volunteers were there.
There is a hand.
Actually, 2 is more engaging and pinpointing the issues and also drawing the pathways to address those issues. It's more clearer than or Forum 1. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Mukhlis Bhai. I mean, there is one hand on the end of the.
Yeah, the first forum was in a virtual mode, so there is a clear-cut difference. It was conducted, and the participation, interest, involvement, etc. And this time we also need to understand the context in which we have managed to organize this physically. Like while attending the forum, one of the panelists shared earlier that we just have a feeling that right from the mountains in India up to the coastal region, we are just one basin, that feeling of unity is there and reflected. There has been ample space for networking and interaction, and I think the vibrant presence of Y Forum was also an addition to this time. Yeah.
Thank you. Any more comments from that side of the table?
Having been part of both, MKF I was more exploratory in nature. So trying to scratch and sniff. MKF II really has emerged as a synthesis. And this gives us a good basis now for the action forward. So between the 1 and 2, we really transitioned from mapping to an exploratory synthesis phase, where the picture is much more clear in terms of the entry points.
Excellent. And since we are talking about the journey from MKF I to MKF II, MKF I was more exploratory, MKF become more focused, giving the context, do more in-depth analysis, more engaging because it's an in-person meeting. There is no alternative of face-to-face in-person meeting. Virtual is okay, but never is, we cannot compare these two. On every table, you will find a QR code. if you can scan it, and it will take you to a web page where you can register your comments. If you can start it now, you will be able to go early, because because without doing it, Vishwa will not open the exit gate. So please start doing it now. And coming back from the floor to the panel, I have one last questions for the panelists, 1 minute each, but again, completely voluntary. How do you see the sustainability of MKF? It can be your wish list, like I want to see MKF like this in MKF III, but more importantly, how we actually can sustain. I mean, this is a contribution for a lot of partners, a lot of organization involved, but there is a limit of what we can do and continue doing it. It needs to be now what you call propagate from a flame, more flames to be to start, and how you can start that. So shall I go this way or from that way to this way? Any volunteer? Maybe, sir, if you can start. Yeah.
I think I have had a very wonderful experience in this MKF II. So I'm sure the next one will be much more thorough, and I think we can actually come up with more actionable strategies so that we can actually take back and plan on them or implement them.
Excellent. Okay. Anushree. Yes.
Yeah. So in terms of what could come next is basically telling what is in my purview and scope is maybe for the Y4M, the immediate steps which we have laid out is to look at the Storytellers Fellowship. So we'll have around 4 fellows who would be coming in and documenting stories across India and Bangladesh. So that would be one concrete outcome that would be coming out from our side. Plus we would also be engaging in the second tranche, hopefully, which is more focused on research. And action research is how we are intending for it to translate it to, wherein we intend to work with the communities and actually pilot something or experiment something on the ground. So this is the way we see it happening from the fellowship side, as well as from the NBS strategy task group, which we have under Y4M. We are also looking, we are supporting AU, which is Assam University, in developing this strategy for the 2 districts. But our case, or what Y4M India is trying, I'm speaking only for Y4M India, but I think Bangladesh is also trying something on their end, is to look at how we can pilot NBS strategy from the whole concept of the global standards of NBS, which IUCN has, and to look at what could be some of the solutions that can be implemented on the ground. Thanks. Yeah.
Excellent. Mokbul Bhai.
Thank you. I think the main strength is the relevance of the MKF and its agenda. I think that is the strength of the whole issue. And I think all of us have witnessed that how relevant it is, no doubts. Secondly, maybe I would suggest that to look beyond the geographical space and also the virtual space in terms of knowledge and ideas. Probably it's high time to work with other similar knowledge bases so that partners can come, partners can work with us, learn from us, we can learn from them also. I think that will make it more sustainable and also more relevant in the coming years, because this is which I think cannot be done in just 1 or 2 years' time. It needs a long, I'd say, a number of years' effort, at least in the short run. So we need that effort and that coordination and focus also. I think there is a strong possibility to sustain it. I think you can do that. Thank you very much.
Excellent, excellent, Mokbul, for your encouraging word. What I'm hearing is the value that MKF is bringing in terms of, building the network, bringing the grassroots organization, the youth from the both side, and the research and knowledge. And what you are saying is also important, is expand the network, not just maybe it still can be Meghna focus, but bring the knowledge base from other basins as well. Excellent. Imran Bhai?
Okay, thank you. I think, yeah, I see it very, I mean, it will be sustained, and it should be sustained. There should be some sustainable actions to be taken, like especially those the organizers or the like, you know, the funders. They should also I mean, regularize this, and also there may be some I mean, you know, establishment of some institution based, like there may be some rules and regulations, there may be some I mean, terms that we should, I mean, engagement of this youth, and also the stakeholder engagement should be, I mean, more and more, I mean, increased in a structured way. Maybe like, you know, the MKF, there may be an MKF secretariat to be established in somewhere, and there should be some permanent staff working with that, so that whoever is funding and whoever is coming and going, but MKF will be there. So this may be a, I mean, sustainable pathway.
Okay, thank you. You are going way ahead, which is maybe the future. But that's a good way forward, like how we can, I mean, to sustain something, you need an institutional frame. But what I'm hearing, at least in the, what you call, you know, low-hanging fruit, what's achievable, is making the network a network coordinator, and Anusri and Mokbul Bhai also has mentioned that, at least in terms of keeping the information flowing. Anusri also mentioned that the hub she is doing, and the research grant she is supporting, her center is supporting, that kind of initiative. If we can pull together, IUCN or other partner organization doesn't have to do everything, but being part of the MKF, you become the stakeholder, and you will also become the actor of MKF, and how you can contribute towards the common cause. Nadine, your take?
Yes. I think, to keep it short, the most important thing for sustainability would be to keep the dialogue up, like based on what happened in these 3 days in the forum, dialogue between all the actors, between the stakeholders, also in between the forums, and you really use this platform as a knowledge disseminating, sharing platform, also in between the events. Yeah. I think that's.
Thank you. Thank you. So lastly, we will hear from our chair, and I leave it on chair's decisions whether you want to engage more with the participants after your deliberation, or we take questions now and you summarize and deliver your speech.
I think I'm open, so it's up to you. You can decide.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want me to summarize first, I can do. Otherwise, also, yeah, we can hear from the participants.
Let's do it together. Okay. Let's throw the questions to the participants, and then let's take 5-10 minutes, and you summarize when we conclude the session. Yeah. So same questions to you, the panelists. You have been seeing how panelists has been grilled. Let's feel the heat now. Anyone, any suggestions how we can sustain the NKF? Or what is the crystal moment for you from the last 3 days? You said, yes, that is something I'm taking home and I'm going to replicate this. Yes, please.
Thank you. Actually, the 3 days was really an experience, and I saw, like, we deliberated on so many issues with regards to the environment and also sustainable development. So I feel the takeaway points from here are, first of all, like what Sir was talking about, government policies. We need to relook into the government policies, because I feel it's not working if it was working, then why would we have this conference at all, or this, you know, the MKF? So another one is the community support, which is very, very important. And I can see the youth of the Meghna Forum, how they have contributed so much and spoken so much with regards to the community support, because alone we won't be able to do it. Then another point is education, because I do come from education department, and I feel if we don't educate with regards to the environment, so I don't think, you know, it will be easy to work for this. And another point is awareness. We need to make people aware with regards to this, because it's not only the Meghna River Basin, there are many other rivers which needs help, and we need to make them aware, people aware. Then another point is we need to take up certain case studies or success stories from all over the world, where this thing has worked, where the protection of the river has worked, and we can take up those success stories, and probably we can work in that area. Because just by ourselves innovating something new, it's always difficult. If we take up success stories, I think that will really help us. So for now, those are the few points which I have. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Rakibhai, it is to you, and also to some of the friends and colleagues who are coming from government department, line departments. And also I met so many friends from Bangladesh who are coming from different department, as well as also somehow indirectly, directly linked with some funding agency. So we have here essentially implementing agency, funding agency, as well as knowledge. So I think this is a golden opportunity, for what the things that some of the solutions, potential solutions, which we have been discussing over last 3 days, and so many good points which we can see on the screen. Will it be possible that at least one kind of pilot study? We should not wait for another forum. So going back out of these 3 days of discussion, if one small pilot study, which may not cost more than 5 lakhs of Indian currency, 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, within the system, because there are plenty of programs are going on. Every department, you name it, PWD, water engineering, health sanitation, PHED, so lakhs of rupees project are going on. Just one small learning from here, if we can test and come back next time, that yes, it did work. Instead of just discussing 3 days, again we meet somewhere, again we discuss. So why not take one at least and try? If we can take 2 is better, if we can take 3 is better. Each one of us are somehow in a position to carry out this kind of pilot study. So I think that would be one thing. My colleague here, Dr. Walia, sitting here, he is Dean of School. If he wants one pilot, he can be carried out. I can carry out in my department. A line department is Dr. Goswami, Rajiv Goswami is here. He is a government of Assam water engineering person. One ongoing project, one learning can be plugged in, and then see, wow, yeah, it's working. Report back to the forum. And that can be discussed that yes, it worked. That will recharge this forum. Yeah. That's what I was
saying. Excellent interventions. I mean, thank you very much for bringing us on the ground. Yes, we have nice ideas, great ideas, but where is the action? So this is something like, throwback moment to Niladri. So, yes, what we do is, these ideas, when we synthesize with every one of us, we actually get it back either to the community, to the government, and our donor. That's a more larger picture, but I really like your idea. Within this time frame, within this setup, even at a small scale pilot, may not have to be, involve monetary interventions, but, working with the partners. So many partners we are here, and they have their own departmental budget, or other partners have their own project budget. I think it's about planting the right kind of idea and energize at the right level so that people can take actions. Excellent. That's our promise to you. In the MKF III, there should be a session where we'll report back what has been the action from MKF II to MKF III. Excellent suggestions. Yeah. And I see another hand at the end.
Yeah. Just 1 second. So just to add up, in tune with whatever discussion is going on. See, by now we know lot many things about Meghna river basin. But the important thing is that whatever he is indicating is towards latitudinal survey. We know already the impact, so we need to intervene. Once we intervene, what is the potential damage to the basin? So just to complete his thing, not only to carry out, what is the potential damage if we don't do, like in the morning, Professor Saudamani said yes, some interventions, and she said that, see, we get air for free, water for free, everything. Most of the NTFPs, forest-based products almost free. So thinking everything is free. So we know already the basin very, very clearly. We know hotspots of change very clearly. We know dynamics of the basin extremely clear. Now the only thing is the impact is also known to us. It has been discussed in MKF I, although online. MKF II we are discussing now. We know the solutions also, so only to know the impact is very, very clear. Some interventions, if possible, I know Vishwa has got the potential to define some of the interventions, not very complicated ones, the small interventions, and give, as you rightly said, that some small projects. He also, my friend told that some of the interventions can be undertaken, and then the potential damage also we should know, that if we don't do this, what damage is going to happen. That's what.
Cost of inaction. Yeah.
Yeah, in other way you can say, but the potential damage. Once we know, it is, in total, it is called latitudinal survey be carried out before the next.
Right, point well taken. And actually what both of you has been suggesting, that I've been trying to nudge all the panelists, and also all of us, what we can do as an individual and from representing our own organization. It's not that, bridge IUCN or any other platform. We have to do everything you are taking back and gonna do by yourself. So kind of also flipping the same question. Just 1 minute, 1 minute intervention. Yeah, before you, there was another hands. If you can keep your question very short and succinct.
It's not question, it's my feeling, what I'm trying to tell. Actually, there is something I read. Keynes said, in the long run, we are all dead. To move a elephant, it takes time. So in the trial for moving this elephant, which is a state or the whole world, it takes time. In the meantime, people on the ground suffer. At the same time, I'm a believer of small is beautiful. So as our colleague here suggested, one is that trying to understand who is doing what. But at the same time, for a change to happen, it does not big money. Strategic intervention is required. Some strategic intervention here and there. For example, this time, in our area, we did one fine day, our friends said that this water day is coming. What we should do? Youths are not interested in coming and doing awareness program. We said that let's do a boat race. In that boat race, people come to see boat race. But we could, with the support of Assam University, Pathangar sir, he was present there, we could mobilize 5,000 people in the boat race. And what message we want to give was Bharat River is heavily silted. And if we don't do anything about it, it is going to die. So it costs us only about 15,000 rupees.
But the message went to 5,000 people that day. So in this 1 year or 2 year for till the MKF III, as our colleague sitting here was suggesting, let's identify some area where some groups are doing well. And there is not about big money. It's intervention in terms of, like, it may be knowledge, it may be little money, it may be some equipment which need to go in, see the changes there. Thank you very much.
Excellent point, yeah.
Okay, hello. So we talked about intervention. So I'm representing Y4M India. And if we are thinking about taking some key takeaway and implementing it, then I would like to say that we are already working, the Y4M are already working on Rupai Bali Oxbow Lake, right? We have already done a survey and we have got to know what are the issues. Some of the issues, like water hyacinth, why it is having a lot of issue in the society, how it is affecting their water quality and how it is affecting their livelihood. If we get some support from IUCN or public party or private authority and some guidance from these high institutions, I myself from university as an assistant professor, but if I get the experienced people support, then we are very interested to do some intervention for improvement of the livelihood of these people, so that suppose, for example, the reduction in water hyacinth in sustainable way.
Excellent,
so, yeah.
Excellent. I mean, that means you not only have taken the lessons from MKF, but your community and have intervened, try to understand. And next question is the support to continue that.
Exactly.
Excellent. So that's the spirit of the Meghna Knowledge Forum, to energize, inspire people.
And it's not like we are not going to back to the community, but we youth are going there. Thank you.
Excellent. Sorry, I have to stop. Otherwise, no, we have to go back because we have to finish by 5 o'clock. Back to the chair. Over to you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Hakib. Good afternoon. So I'll not keep you all long. I think we have had enough deliberations and reflections for the last 3 days. Moreover, esteemed speakers have been very succinct in terms of your intervention. So basically what I will do is I will try to focus on 2 elements. First on key messages, and then second being from BMISTEC, what BMISTEC can do to take this MKF forward. So in terms of key messages, listening to all esteemed speakers as well as my own reflection for the last 3 days. So I have summarized in 10 points, but not long. I'm not going to, commentaries on it. I'll be very to the point. So first one, I think there's a strong message that water and river resources, there has to be strong belief that these water and river resources are indispensable ingredients for livelihood, rather than considering it as untouchable or politically sensitive commodity. Second one, interventions must be based on NBS, but at the same time, interventions must also provide alternatives. Then point number 3, if policies are irrelevant, we need to relook into it and then make necessary amendments. Point 4, interventions are not easy, so it is very important that we manage trade-off between communities and ecosystem resilience. Point number 5, not we just come here and talk for this and consider Meghna Forum as talk show, but we need to institutionalize and strengthen this MKF through more network and engagement. Then also, importance of multi-sectoral engagement has been highlighted, but at the same time, we need to institutionalize, and multi-stakeholders include youth, private sector, indigenous communities, which is very critical for livelihood and sustainable development in Meghna Basin. Then point number 7, I think enough has been adequate emphasis has been put on collaboration and partnership, very important at various levels, because Meghna River or Meghna Basin is not confined to only Bangladesh or India. It's a transboundary issue. So engagements at various levels, be it bilateral, regional or multilateral level, very important. Then point number 8, it's high time enough initiatives have been taken. Relevant policies are already in place, so we need to walk the talk. Basically moving from policy to implementation. Then point number 9, again, emphasis has been made on exchange of ideas, knowledge and best practices, and it needs to be accompanied by capacity development training, including data and information sharing. Then point number 10, I think in almost all the sessions, importance of advocacy and outreach, including sharing of success stories. And we should not hesitate to point out our mistakes to move forward. Then last and the final point, I think we need to, in order to move away from MKF being a talk show, we need to pilot studies to vet the success of this MKF. So within those key messages and interventions, since I represent BIMSTEC, I see like very actionable interventions from BIMSTEC side on those three areas. Number 1, BIMSTEC can provide a platform for sharing ideas, knowledge, and best practices in collaboration with relevant agencies in the region and beyond, which we have been doing. So it's basically focusing on Meghna and then relevant areas. Then number 2, as you know, regional organization such as BIMSTEC bring countries of geographical proximities, integrated economies, and then cultural similarities together to discuss transboundary issues like climate change. So it can be an important and credible regional forum where those transboundary issues cannot be tackled or discussed at the bilateral or multilateral level. So it can act as a very credible alternative forum. Then final point, as regional organizations are mandated to do and then has been doing, can serve a good bridge between bilateral and multilateral engagement. So with those 3 points, I would like to conclude my intervention and also thank all the speakers and moderator for your wonderful interventions. Thank you. Thank you, moderator. Yeah.
Urji, for your very excellent and succinct summary and also the way forward from the BIMSTEC perspective. With that, we are concluding this very exciting 3 days of our journey. But before that, just 2 minutes interventions. May I ask Niladri to come to the stage and give a final vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Rakibul Amin. So now, as we come to the close of the Meghna Knowledge Forum, it's time to acknowledge the people who have been working hard for the last 3 months to make this a success. So there are a lot of people to thank besides our 16 partners, our donors, SDC and SIDA, and our co-conveners, South Asian University and AIT. So to start with, I would just like to first thank our team from AIT, which is led by the president of AIT, Professor Pai Chili, Dr. Indrajit Pal, Professor Makbul Murshid Ahmed, and Professor Abhishek Datta, whose team has actually made this a big success. A big round of applause for them. But the team which was working under their guidance, they need more applause. It's led by Ayush and supported by Sareen, Aditya, and Albert, and the rapporteurs Pratik, Shuman, Kamrun, Sujan, and Roma. So big round of applause for them. And in a world of hybrid and digital technology, so our digital partners, BMR Creations, who have actually led an uninterrupted 3-day of IT support. So big round of applause for them. We didn't have any technical glitch where everyone said, let's come back after some time for the online speakers. So big round of applause. And Next is Tofu Creatives, and they have made excellent summary of the slides, though these slides will come with a final one. A big round of applause to the two ladies behind.
Please stand up.
Yeah, so this is very innovative. Thank you very much. And now comes our team. And first I would like to thank our country team from Bangladesh, led by Ms. Bipasha Hossain, supported by Mr. Sarwar Alam and Mr. Tariq Aziz. And there are few other people who have not come but have been working in the Bangladesh office to make it's possible that all of you travel here. Followed by our India office, led by Dr. Yashveer Bhatnagar, Ms. Archana Chatterjee, Mr. Jaydev Joshi, and Mr. Vishnu Sharma. And there are also other people who didn't come but has been supporting for the travels. And to our team at the regional office, led by our regional director, Dindo Kampalan, and Mr. Rakibul Amin. And one of the most important person, after I joined IUCN, I have been seeing he's working here like anything, is Mr. Vishwaranjan Sinha. So big round of applause. Stand up, Mr. Vishwa. So this is the guy who made MKF II possible. And this is not the last. He has a big team who has supported him. That's our communication team, the best communication team in the regional offices, led by Ms. Ariella McDonald, then from Bangladesh, Ms. Esrat Jahan Emma, and we have a youth who traveled from our Geneva office, Ms. Natalia Gabriela. A round of applause for all of them. And there are 4 persons who are not here. One is, we call him Khun Gao. I am not able to pronounce his name, sorry for that, but it's Ms. Champan Pai and Ms. Antika. Oh, Ms. Antika is here. So they have been supporting us to make this successful. So a round of applause to everyone. And here we close, and you are free to go to Bangkok.
No, just one last comment. One last comment is Niladri cannot thank himself, so let me thank also on behalf of everybody. Thank you, Niladri.
Quick house